Good afternoon,
Good afternoon,
Keaton.
Judson.
The piece that we wanted to talk about here today is called comparison. The comparison, the thief of joy. And I yesterday afternoon I was like, oh, what a great piece to do on, because so many people, whether it's your dad or your sister or your brother-in-law, or it could be a friend from work, or it could be you graduate from high school, or you get out of college, or you get out of university, you graduate, and it's like, somebody's always doing better than you. And think about it. When you're constantly, I used to do this with, remember Jim around the corner?
Yeah.
He was working for a big oil company. He was probably making about 120 a year after a bunch of years, and I was struggling with my business, and I was like, did this comparison thing to him. And actually, I put you through Dale Carnegie. Remember when Dale Carnegie was my client?
Yeah.
I ended up, as a graduation gift for graduating from high school, I put Keaton through the Dale Carnegie training, and they were awesome. But it was the one piece out of that, because I'd always read Dale Carnegie, and it was like, I came across this and reminded myself about how comparison will steal your soul. And literally it is the Dale Carnegie didn't say this, but I'm saying it. Comparison it'll steal your joy. Right? So who are you, or who do you have in your life? And I occasionally still do this with my older brother in Vancouver, one of my sisters or a couple of my sisters, and I just go, wait a minute, hold it. I'm not even going to comment, because the last time I did, they both went off on me. But it's like when you compare yourself to a sibling, to a friend, to a coworker, to somebody that you graduated from high school with or university, or maybe didn't go to university. But it's like when you start comparing yourself, it starts to rob your soul.
This happens for a lot of people with their idols as well. They idolize somebody that's doing something similar to them. I mean, take me for instance. I could compare myself to some of the amazing, amazing writers that I enjoy. And I love to write.
And he's good.
I plan on being published. I plan on, having, a number of things happen. But if I start comparing my work to theirs, just because I'm reading it just means that they hit something that struck gold. Doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, that I'm a bad writer. It just means that comparison is what robs me of my positivity for something I love. And it's the same thing, like Judd was saying about you and Jim. I mean, if he was to compare himself to where Jim was at that point, it would just rob him of his joy, of what he loved doing, and that was running his business. and creating and cultivating those relationships that he was a master at, that he absolutely loved. So if you're going to compare yourself, stop. Think about what you're doing.
Compare yourself to a butterfly. Like, no, I'm being serious. It's like, compare yourself to, like, the beauty in nature. It's like, how can I shine? Because nature isn't, I thought about this a bunch of years ago. And it's like, if you're going to compare yourself to something in nature that doesn't give a good rat's bottom backside about what you're doing, who you are, a flower just blossoms for itself. A caterpillar just comes out of its cocoon and becomes a butterfly, and it starts to butterfly around. It's like, and we can appreciate the beauty of that. Appreciate your own beauty in what you do. And after a while, like with the whole Jim thing, well, I kind of actually one day went, wait a minute, hold on. It's like he got on, when we all got out of high school, we all finished high school, he ended up going to work for this oil company, and they said you can either leave, go to university for 4 years and get your degree, or if you want, do it through night school and probably take you 5 or 6 years, which is the route he took. So by the time I started my company, I mean, he'd already been there he had his degree, he was moving up in ranks, kept getting the cost of living increases and the yearly raises and the thing that corporations do. And by the time I started my company, I had no basis with which to compare, but I did. But I realized one day, it's like, stop comparing. It's like, it's robbing you of your joy. It is, if you're going to compare yourself, compare something in nature. Compare yourself to something in nature that's like, wow, I can see the beauty in that. and then I can look for the beauty in me and what I'm contributing.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that makes sense to everybody. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I did this when I did the Jack Canfield training. Remember 2015?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things Jack said is like people end up getting slayed. You know, they slay themselves because they're comparing themselves to, well, like Keaton said, one of their idols. You
Yeah.
know, and if you're comparing yourself to me, he says, I've been at this for 43 years. You know, when I started out, I was a chemistry teacher in Chicago, in one of the roughest, shittiest parts of Chicago. And he said, I actually had to learn how to be with these young kids and have them, and he got Teacher of the Year award his first year.
What?
Yeah, it was really cool. But Jack Canfield's a really, really great guy. But yeah, I just remember him saying, you know, if you go out of here and he's like, well, I'll never be able to match up, you know, to Jack Canfield, or I'll never be able to measure up to Tony Robbins. Well, Tony Robbins is 6'7", right? You're 6'2" or 6'1".
Yeah.
I'm 5'10". It's like, whoa, he's got me beat by almost a foot. Laugh at the nonsensical stuff, and look at the joy that, you know, you bring to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Have yourselves a great day, you guys.
Bye-bye, butterflies.
Bye.